YAHAWAH, BaHa YAHAWASHI, BaHa RAWCHAA QADASH. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Who Are the E's, the Cursed People, the Revealing. This is an ongoing series the Spirit has me doing. And, there's a lot to the history of Esau that's been covered, but there's a lot of information within the scriptures that reveal this man if your eyes are open, And as brothers mention a lot, we mention it also, that pretty much the prophecies is what cements even more, who the Edomites are today. Just by going into the scriptures and dealing with the prophecies, so on and so forth. Oh, I just got an update from the sister. Brother sent me a text from the sister that had the situation with her brain. She said she's feeling better. She said she still has the headaches. They don't bother her as much. She's been drinking, the teas and the different things that, brothers have been suggesting to her. So Barakatah Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi for that the sister's feeling better. Hopefully the Lord, cure her of that whole situation that she's going through and give her, a peace of mind and healing of body. So there's a lot of information in the scriptures, especially pertaining to prophecy, that prove who the Edomites are today. Now, even these scholars that put together these commentaries and Bible dictionaries, even they know that the Edomites would be ruling at the end. And what's going on right now, and has been going on for the last 50 some odd years or so, even further than that, beginning with Elder Abba Bivens, is the revelation of who the Edomites are on the planet. Because you have to understand that the Edomites are, our arch nemesis or arch enemy, the top enemy on the planet above all other nations. And this is why in Psalms the 83rd chapter, the Edomites' name comes up first, because they are the top enemy to us. Like King David said, do not I hate those that hate me? I hate the Lord's enemies with perfect hatred. That's beginning with Esau, the other nations, and even Israelites that side with the enemy, because you guys are traitors. You're nothing but a bunch of Sambo sellouts, But nevertheless, I looked up the word revelation, and it says a surprising and previously unknown fact. Because remember, for a long time, no one knew who the Edomites were. And remember, this has been written in the scriptures how long? Thousands of years. And people have read the Bible over and over again from the time it was written till now. They've run across the name Esau, Edom. They know that he was the brother of Jacob and the arch enemy of the children of Israel. But no one knew who they were. Now we're coming down to the wire, to the end of the world, and we're finding out who this devil is. And it begins with the revelation. When you break the word revelation down, re is back, velation, or the word veil, is a veil. So the peeling back of that veil pretty much is a revealing what's behind the curtain. You have another term called apocalypse or apocalipsis in Spanish. Apocalypse, APO, is to send, and calypse is veil. To send or to pull away the veil. So both ways, the word revelation, the word apocalypse, both break down to the pulling back of the veil to reveal what's behind the curtain. And these things are done through the Holy Spirit of Yahawah B'Shem YAHAWASHI to give the sense, reveal secrets, to usher in the end of this world and the beginning of the world to come, with the formal introduction of who the power up in heaven is, Yahweh, and who his son is, YAHAWASHI. And this is what's going on right now. A new kingdom is about to take place on the earth. And the prophets, the heralds, the teachers, apostles, ministers, evangelists, different brothers out there that are Israelites, that are on the streets teaching the correct 100% truth doctrine, are heralding in Yahawashi's kingdom and the end of this kingdom. And that's why there's so many revelations coming out now as to what was written in the Bible. Because everybody tries to get away from the scriptures, but everybody tries to cling on to the scriptures for their benefit. When you read the Bible gives us the history of the world. It gives us the names of all peoples on the planet that go back to Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Everyone on the planet goes back to those 3 boys or those 3 men. Shem, Ham, and Japheth. That's the trifecta. So either you're from Shem, you're from Ham, or you're from Japheth. And Esau, the so-called white man, they're not Japhetic. And I have to say it this way because most people don't understand when we speak. When they say, oh, you hate all white people. Not just because you look like a so-called white person means that you're an Edomite. It depends on where your line goes back to. All right? Have to say that because even some of our own people look like so-called white people. Have to say it that way because people listening in get offended because they don't know, the truth. But now if your line goes back to the Edomites, then that's who you are. Anyways, it says a surprising and previously unknown fact, especially one that is made known in a dramatic way. And we're seeing the revelation of Esau being played out on the planet in a very dramatic fashion. Through an intricate network of the Spirit revealing who this devil is through biblical prophecy, the precepts of the Bible, and everything that surrounds the scriptures, and the hints and clues in the earth that reflect back to the Bible to show who this devil is. So with that being said, let's go to Amos chapter 3, verse 7. Surely the Lord God, Yahweh, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. So there are secrets on the earth. We read in the lesson yesterday, I believe it was the lesson yesterday, where these devils, through the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. I have to say it like that to throw the algae off, that pesky algae. And in the protocol 16, it says that they would remove from history anything that was not beneficial to them, that didn't make them look, anything that gave them a bad light, they were going to move it out of the way. And that's why there's not that much information out there. Then you have the gatekeepers that go out and make sure that people don't wake up to the truth of who the Edomites are. And there is a interview, Elder Apostle Gabar speaks about it all the time. Ron Patton and Marion Knox, I remember the names because he's mentioned it so many times that it's starting to register what the names or the names of the 2 individuals are, into which one of them, I think Marion Knox was the one giving the interview and Ron Patton was the one being interviewed, where he said that the Rothschilds, which are the top banking family of all these Edomite nations, the top of the food chain, Amalek, you know, that know, or that they say that they come from the house of David, but sometimes the truth come out and they say that they come from the house of Esau. They know this. Even Eustace Mullins, the historian, passed away years back, I think 2009, around there, somewhere around there, 2008. Even he called them Turco-Edomites, you know, but their true nationality is that they are the Edomites, and the small hats come from Amalek, which is the major enemy of the nation of Israel. And all types of revelations are being going out right now. Why? Because the Lord, you know, said that that would be happening in these last days. That the Lord would be revealing secrets to the prophets. And that is a major secret that has not been known on the planet. And even now, as we speak about it and go into it scripturally, people scoff at the idea of these devils being the Edomites. All right. So when we move on, we go to Daniel 9:1. In the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the seed of the Medes, which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans, in the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by books the number of the years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. So this mystery was revealed to Daniel by what? By books. You know? And this is how things are being revealed, by the books. All right? So this is how we, you know, break things down, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, which Vocab the Devil Malone calls Hebrew hopscotch. They also call it cherry picking, which that's what they do, cherry picking. That's why they'll pick a scripture like St. John 3:16, for God so loved the world, and say that that applies to everybody. That is the pure definition of cherry picking. You know, picking leaves from the tree of life to fit your way. But on the other hand, us, when we go to different precepts through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, we're bringing out the correct understanding of the message pertaining to the contract that the Most High wrote between himself and the nation of Israel through a mediator, Moses. Okay? So he understood by books. Why? Because he is a prophet. So the Lord revealed to him this particular mystery of what Jeremiah the prophet wrote when he says 70 years. So why isn't Vocab Malone calling Daniel, you know, a Hebrew hopscotch? He was just dealing with the particular verse where it speaks about 70 years being accomplished. Isn't that what he calls Hebrew hopscotch? Now, let's go to Ecclesiastes 42:17. The Lord hath not given power to the saints to declare all his marvelous works. Why? Because he is the Most High. And the secret things of the Most High belong to the Most High, but those that are revealed belong to us and to our children. Because it was given to us. And we know a lot more than the world knows, a whole lot more than the world knows, but still in all with that, we don't really know anything. We just know, we know a whole lot, but we know nothing in comparison to the infinite wisdom that the Most High has. We just know like an inkling, like maybe like a little dust particle underneath the Most High's fingernail, you know, in comparison to the knowledge that's out there. That's why the Apostle Paul said, we know in part and we prophesy in part, you know. So it says, which the Almighty Lord firmly settled, that whatsoever is might be established for his glory. And that's ultimately what it's all established for. You know, it's all about the glorification of Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. Yahawashi said what? He came to do the will of his Father. He came to glorify his Father. He's not glorifying himself. He's glorifying his Father. So we're glorifying Yahawashi, which indirectly is glorifying the Most High, Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. And the things that we do, give all the credit to them, because they are the ones that give the inspiration to whom they want. You see? And it's not possible for us to even move to the next level or to the next lesson or to the next secret or revelation, whatever it may be, without the inspiration from Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, without the supping from the power source, because that's the power source. You know, when you have your cell phone, right, your cellular phone, inside joke, you know, you have your smartphone, right? After a while, when the battery depletes, what do you have to do? You have to plug it into a power source. So our power source is Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi, who through the Holy Spirit, RAWCHAA QADASH, feeds us daily to do what we do. You know, whether we're doing a lesson or whether revelations are being given to us or whether thoughts are arising in our minds or whether we run across articles or news clippings or whatever it may be to help further the gospel. Because that's what it's about. It's about furthering the gospel. When we read about the Apostle Paul and he spoke about being expedient, the word expedient means to step out. X is out and ped is foot. So expedient, stepping out, is what makes the gospel move forward. What makes the gospel increase? What makes the gospel grow? Because that is the true essence of doing the will and power, doing the will and work of Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi. So it says, he seeketh out the deep and the heart, and considereth the crafty devices, their crafty devices. For the Lord knoweth all that may be known, and he beholdeth the signs of the world. Why? Because he's bringing the signs of the world to pass, which are not for him, pretty much, or so to speak, is really for us. You know, as an assurance for our faith, increasing of our faith. You know, that's what these signs are for. Because the Lord said, when you see this and when you see that, when you see this, know that this is going to go down, that's going to go down, this is happening. And after you see this, this, and that, don't get too happy, but get one happy. Because this, and that has to happen. And then when that, and that happens, this is going to come to play. And then when you see that happening, that's going to be the ultimate. Then you're going to see me coming through the clouds. You know, and in so many words, that's what Yahawashi told his disciples back then. So it says, he declareth the things that are past and for to come, and revealeth the steps of hidden things. And right now, one of the main hidden things is what? Esau, who the Edomites are. And why is that important to know? Well, it's important to know because when the Edomites rule, we know that the world would be in turmoil, the world would be in chaos, the people would be mourning, and ultimately they would be the last rulers prior to Yahawashi, excuse me, coming, because he's going to be the main individual that Yahawashi is going to visit when he comes back, because they are the holders of the key of the world right now, and they have not ruled or reigned the world that the Lord gave them properly, even though it's a rigged game. So he's coming to chide with them. He's coming to scrutinize them, judge them for the things that they have committed upon the planet. So he's revealing, the Most High is revealing the steps of hidden things. And who is he revealing it to? We read that he's revealing it to his prophets. Luke 8:16. It says, no man, when he hath lighted a candle, covereth it with a vessel, or putteth it under a bed, but setteth it on the candlestick, that they which enter in may see the light. Right. And this is what, when this light is revealed to you, this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is not to be hidden. It's to be put out there for all to see, that they can behold the glory of the Most High Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi and praise Yahawah B'Shem Yahawashi and you eventually. It says, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Right. And what is making manifest? What's making manifest is this truth, which is the light, which is Yahawashi. He that believeth on me, as the scriptures have said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. And that's what we see going on in the world today. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. And this is why we see Esau being revealed for who they are. And if you can't see it, that means it was never open to you. The Amalekites are one of the grandsons, or the grandson of Esau, and the Amalekites today would be the small hats, you know, the people that went into the land back in 1948, the land of Israel, so you could understand. Daniel 2:20, Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of the Most High forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. So how do we get wisdom? How do we get might? How do we get knowledge? How do we get understanding? From the Lord YAHAWAH BaShem Yahushai, who giveth these things liberally to whom he will. James the 1st chapter. And he changeth the times and seasons. Right. So when you see the seasons and the times changing, this is the Most High doing that. And with the changing of the times and the seasons comes the changing of the guard. You know, let's look up that term, changing of the guard. See what that says. Changing of the guard. Figuratively, by extension, any situation in which an individual or group charged with a task or responsibility in an organization is replaced by another individual or group. So we're coming to the changing of the guard, because as the elder put, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So he changes the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. Right. And that's why it says, in due time, one shall be set up who was never thought, you know, to rule, something along those lines in the Apocrypha. Because this is what's going down. The script, when Yahushua said the meek shall inherit the earth, there's not a nation more meek or meeker than the Israelites. Us, you know, than us, our people. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And wherever you may be around the world, no matter what you look like, as long as your line goes back to one of them, to one of the 12 tribes. There's not a meeker people on the planet. And if you were to take a survey, right, and ask different people from different continents, and you bring all of that together, tally it all up, and you ask them, in your opinion, looking at the world as it is right now, and the state that it's in, who do you think are going to be the next rulers of this world? And you know what they'll say? They'll say anybody. They'll say the Russians. They'll say the Chinese. They'll say the East Indian. They'll say anybody, but they're not going to say the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. They're not going to say that because of the light that is shined upon us in this world, which goes back to the curses, you know, being a proverb and a byword. So it says, he giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep and secret things. So we're going through a time of deep revelation, which everything has been revealed pretty much as far as who these devils are, the doctrine and all that. So now what we're doing in turn is taking the revelations given to us and bringing them forward to the world. You know, because that is one of the very last things that will happen prior to this devil going down, which is, you know, being revealed. We're going through the process of Amos 9:11 right now, which Amos 9:11, which is the tabernacles of David being built up, goes hand in hand with Ezekiel 37 chapter. You could read that. You could also go to Elder Apostle Tahar's video, which he just put up yesterday, I believe it was. And he actually went into the breakdown of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. That's why we have a 12 tribe sign out there on the streets breaking down who each tribe is. So we're going through that right now, the building up of the tabernacles of David. It says, he revealeth the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. Right, because you got to remember, these devils that got the power, got the riches, deceived the world, changed the mindset of the people, changed the rulers of the people, you know, they spent countless amounts of money and time and resources to hide the truth. So there had to be a divine intervention, a supernatural revelation from heaven to be able to break down what these mysteries are. And this is what these devils are not counting on or believe. They don't believe that. You know? That's why you have Vocab talking the shit that he's talking. Now, another thought came to mind, but it kind of escaped my mind right now. So the Lord is the one that's revealing these things. So it says, I thank thee and praise thee, O thou power, Yahweh Bashem El Shai of my fathers, who has given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now made known unto us the king's matter. Now jumping down to the 27th verse, Daniel answered in the presence of the king, and said, the secret which the king hath demanded cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. Right. And it's the same thing today. You have magi's, witches, warlocks, you know, people that read the stars, psychics, Esau's priesthood on the left-hand side that can't look into some of these mysteries. And they can't, and there's nothing that they can do to stop the things that are coming. You know, there's no divination, there's nothing that they can do, no enchantments, no incantations, no rituals that they can do to keep their kingdom running any longer than the Lord appointed for them. So Daniel said, but there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets. You see? So this is what the Lord is revealing. He's revealing these secrets that have been hid from ages and from generations. But now they're made manifest to his saints. As it says in Colossians. St. John 3:18, he that believeth on him is not condemned, meaning Yahawashi, but he that believeth not is condemned already. This is dealing with Israelites that don't believe in Yahawashi, because they have not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And we know it definitely is not Jesus Christ. It's Yahawashi HaMashiach. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. And this is why it says that if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light, and cometh not, and neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. See? And that's the only way to get true understanding. Is pretty much, you have to acknowledge that you're doing wrong, you know, be broken down and built back up as a new man. You can't mix leaven with truth. All right? It says, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High. Ephesians 5:13, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light, which is what? This Bible, which is Yahawashi. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Yahawashi shall give thee light. So he's the one that turned on our lamps. You see? See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. So we know that we're in the evil days. So seeing that we're in the evil days, you know, we are pretty much pushing the word out there to reveal, you know, who these devils are. When it says that they may possess the remnant of Edom, dealing with the lands of these nations. And then the ones called by the Lord's name are the Israelite foreigners that are scattered abroad, you know, among all different nations. You know, that's like a whole lesson within itself. You know, but if you do watch Elder Pastor's video, you will get the understanding on the Amos 9:11. And then there's other videos that brothers have done on the rest of that chapter, dealing with the possessing the remnant of Edom. When you read the book of Obadiah, it also tells you that after Esau is completely annihilated, his lands are going to be taken over by Judah. You know? And that's pretty much what that means. I mean, they're going to go into captivity, but their lands are also going to go into captivity. So let's go from there to the book of Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right, because Esau's being revealed right now, who the Edomites are. And when you look at the prophecy of who the Edomites are, the things that they will be doing, them being the wicked, them having control of the earth, them being the last rulers, and you look upon the earth and you by process of elimination match what the prophecy is saying to the people that are matching those prophecies. If you're being honest with yourself, you have to say, well, you know what? That's dealing with the so-called white man. They are the biblical Edomites. And that's what's happening right now, a revelation. That's why they won't give you a spell, you know, when you try to spell check Edom or Esau. I don't know if they changed it now on YouTube. They won't give you a suggestion of how to spell it. And then when you research, it gives you very little information, you know, of who they are. They've done excavations. They'll tell you, you know, the pyramids and the pharaohs and, you know, all different types of excavations that they've done and the breakdown and the going into the deep mysteries, you know, or the deep findings of who certain people are, but they ain't gonna touch that Edomite topic. That's like a hot tater. All right, so let's go from there. Let's go to Job chapter 20 and 27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. So the Lord is revealing this devil's iniquity. This is also dealing with at the end, the destruction is going to come. The missiles are going to come and take them out. But there's a revelation going on. And shalom to the Akim, you know, if any apostles watching, bishops, elders, camp leaders, brothers, sisters, shalom to y'all. So it says the heavens shall reveal his iniquity. So now we look up the word reveal. It goes back to the word galah, which means to uncover, remove, right? And I believe this is the same word that's the veil spread over our nations. I believe that might be the same word. So there's an uncovering going on. The Lord is revealing what's behind the curtain. All right. It says, and the earth shall rise up against him. And this is why we see the earth rising up against this devil, because he's pretty much farmed, sucked oil, bled the seas and the oceans damn near dry of the crustaceans and the different fish and all that. I mean, this devil done destroyed things so much that it's having a hard time replenishing the nutrients and the cleaning of itself. The Most High made the earth perfect, and these devils done destroyed it within the last couple of 100 years. If this devil was allowed to continue on, he will destroy everything, including himself. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, so right now what we're going through is a revealing of the son of perdition. The word son of perdition means the son of destruction or the son of the lost. All right, the ones that are to be set up to be destroyed. So let's see what the word revealed means here. It should go back to the word apocalypse. Yep. Apocalypto. It says to uncover, lay open what has been veiled or covered up. And who veiled and covered it up? These devils did. You know, they've been hard at work ever since the Renaissance era. You know, covering up their lies, covering up the truth. Disclose, make bare. Did not the scripture say, I will make Esau bare? Matter of fact, did I look up that word bare? me see something. Comes up a lot of times, so let's go. Let's do it like this. Jeremiah 4:19. I believe a brother put this up. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. That's why the revealing is going on, because the Most High put a mark on the seed of the wicked. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. So let's look up a couple of these words. Let's look up the word bare. The word there is kashap. Kashap. To strip, strip off, lay bare, make bare, draw out. Right, so they're being made bare. They're being revealed. They're being uncovered. They're being made naked. Another scripture that goes good with this is Isaiah the 47th chapter. You know, where the Lord is pretty much pulling up the skirt on Esau. Let's see what the word uncovered is. Galah goes back to the word Galah. His secret places. Won't be able to hide himself. All right, so now let's go back to 2 Thessalonians. So they're being revealed now. The son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God. Yeah, who is opposing themselves and exalting themselves above all that's called God? The so-called white people, beginning with the international banking families, because they've made the world to believe that they are the people of the Most High. Salakia. So that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And that's what they've done. They made the whole world to believe that they are the people of the Most High, that they are God. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, and they're being revealed right now, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And that goes hand in hand with Hosea 6. He hath hewed them by the words of the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, because once they're revealed to a certain extent, then they're going to be destroyed by the thermonuclear destruction, which is going to bring an end to their system. That's the final analysis. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all powers, signs, and lying wonders. And who has the power to do all of these things? The so-called white man, beginning with the international banking families who pretty much own the world. This doesn't fit anybody else. No one else can fit these shoes. And the last precept I have, Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation? Because this has been a mystery who Lucifer is. People think that Lucifer is another name for the devil, and it's not. Indirectly, it's a name for the devil, but not the spiritual demon Satan. Because Esau is known as the old serpent, which is the devil and Satan. You know? But that's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. It's speaking about the physical counterpart on the planet Earth, today classified as the so-called white man, which are the Edomites. And not all so-called white-looking people are Edomites. All right? So when you look at the word Lucifer, it means old day star or shining one, the Illuminati, the illuminated ones, which have the light of this world. All right, it says, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Jumping down to the 16th verse, they that see thee. Why? Because it's going to be made manifest who the devil is, because the devil has children on the earth. Now all nations have wicked among them, but the nation of Esau are the wicked. You know? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee. When you narrowly look upon somebody, you're looking at them like in a total disgust, and like, what, this? You know, you have this individual talking hot, all kind of shit, and then when you see him, he's a scrawny, 2-foot high individual. You like, you was talking all this shit. You going what? You gonna do what? You gonna whoop Mike Tyson's ass? Are you out of your fucking mind? The word is shagach. To gaze, stare, right? Glance sharply at. You know? Let's look up the word narrowly. Looking, like down the side of your nose at them. By only a small margin, closely or carefully. Yeah, closely or carefully. Looking like, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Yeah, because when you do look at the international banking families, these devils, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers and them, they look harmless. But they're far from being harmless. And that's how the devil wants you to think. That's how he disarms you. He disarms the world by deception. But don't take your eyes off that devil. That's why it says never trust thine enemy. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. To the next time I say, Shalom.